doesn't look like power. That is the first thing you notice. You expected something burning, something wrapped in light, something that hums with a frequency your bones can feel before your hands even get close. You expected the world to lean toward it the way iron leans toward a magnet. Instead, it sits in a barrel at the back of a market stall on a nameless island somewhere in the first half of the Grand Line, half hidden under a cloth that smells of brine. It is the size of a large orange. Its skin is a deep, swirling violet ridged in a spiral pattern that doesn't follow any logic you recognize from the natural world. Not like a shell, not like a flower, not like anything that grew without intention. The merchant is watching you the way people watch things they are afraid to want. "One bite," he says. "That's all it takes." You pick it up. It is heavier than it looks. You already know you're going to eat it. They say devil fruits taste terrible. This is technically true and completely inadequate. The first bite hits your tongue like a betrayal, not spicy, not bitter, not sour, something worse than all three, something your mouth has no category for, a flavor that seems to arrive from the wrong direction entirely, as if it is coming from inside your teeth rather than from the fruit itself. Your jaw wants to stop, your throat wants to close. Every instinct accumulated across your entire life of eating food screams at you in unison, "This is not food." You swallow anyway. For 3 seconds, nothing happens. You stand there on the dock with the aftertaste sitting on your tongue like a bad memory, and the merchant watching you with that expression that is somewhere between pity and fascination. And you think, perhaps it was a fake. Perhaps you have paid a week's earnings to eat the worst piece of fruit and nothing more. Then the second ends, and the third second ends, and the world cracks open. Ope mochi mochi. The paramecia wakes up in your body like a second heartbeat, arriving slightly out of sync with the first. It starts at the center of your chest and moves outward, not painfully, not pleasantly, but with an absolute certainty that something is being rewritten. Your cells are receiving instructions they didn't have before. You can feel it like you can feel a word on the tip of your tongue. Not yet fully there, but undeniably present, undeniably coming. Then your hand goes through the wall. Not violently, not deliberately. You reach out to steady yourself against the dock railing and your fingers simply pass through the wood as if it is smoke, as if you are the ghost in the situation and not the railing, and you snatch your hand back and stare at it with the specific expression of a person whose understanding of physics has just been quietly mugged. You try again, slowly this time, with intention. You press 2 fingers against the railing and feel the grain of the wood, solid and real. Then you push further, and your fingers go through, and you can feel the air on the other side, cool and separate, while your knuckles are still touching wood. The paramecia, you will learn, is the most human of the 3 types. It does not turn you into something else. It does not make you untouchable. It takes what you already are, a body, a person, a self, and adds a clause, a condition, a strange new sentence appended to the end of everything you thought you understood about existing in the physical world. The cost is real, but it is quiet. You will spend years learning the boundary between what the fruit can do and what you can do. They are not the same thing. The fruit has potential that your body may never fully reach. There will be nights when you push too hard and wake up with your power flickering like a lamp running out of oil, and you will understand for the first time that this ability does not belong to you entirely. You borrowed it from something older than you. You are still paying interest. Mythical Zoans. The Zoan does not change what you can do. It changes who you are. The first transformation comes without warning and without your permission. One moment you are standing in the rain on the deck of a ship, cold and tired and thinking about nothing in particular. And the next moment your skeleton is making a sound like a ship's hull under pressure, a deep structural groan, and your hands are not your hands anymore, and the rain feels different on skin that is not skin anymore, and you open your mouth to shout, and what comes out is not a shout. You find your way back. It takes 20 minutes and all of your concentration and a level of desperate internal negotiation you had never had to attempt before, because until this moment, there was only one party in the conversation. Now there are two. The animal inside the Zoan is not separate from you. That is the part the stories get wrong. It is not a beast locked in a cage behind your eyes, waiting for a moment of weakness to take the wheel. It is more intimate than that, and therefore more unsettling. It is you, but a version of you that is older than language, that knows things your conscious mind has forgotten how to know, which direction the wind is shifting before you can smell it, which person in a room is afraid before they show it, which way to run before the danger has fully announced itself. You will learn to move between the forms, hybrid, animal, human, with something approaching fluency. You will learn which form heals faster, which hits harder, which lets you think more clearly. You will learn that the hybrid form is the most powerful and also the most expensive because it requires you to hold both selves simultaneously without letting either one collapse. The mythical Zoan, if you are lucky or unlucky enough to eat one, takes all of this further than you are ready for. The creature whose nature you inherit is not an animal with instincts. It is a myth with a will. And myths, you discover, have opinions on how they are used. There is a night 3 months in when you are not sure which one of you goes to sleep and which one of you wakes up. By morning, it doesn't matter. You are both still here. You are both still you. That is either reassuring or terrifying. Some days, it's both. Suna Suna Goro Goro. The Logia is the one that breaks people. Not physically, philosophically. The moment you first let your body dissolve, the moment you stop being solid, stop being matter in a conventional sense, stop being something that a fist can find, is the moment you understand why Logia users become the way they become, why some of them start looking through people rather than at them, why some of them stop flinching, why some of them, given enough unearned invincibility, stop being able to locate themselves in a world that cannot touch them. You are made of fire now, or smoke, or lightning, or sand, or darkness, depending on what you ate. You are the element. When you let yourself go fully, you are everywhere your element is, diffused, distributed, present in a way that has no center, and therefore no vulnerability. You can feel the edges of yourself extending outward, and you can feel the world moving through you, and none of it can hurt you, and that is extraordinary. And it is also, if you sit with it long enough, deeply lonely. Because the ocean can hurt you. This is the thing no one explains until it's too late, until you are already in love with your own invincibility. Seawater, sea stone, the two weaknesses that the Grand Line seems to have placed specifically and personally in your path. The moment you enter the sea, your element abandons you. You become solid again. You become heavy. You become something that sinks. You, who were moments ago where the sky, are now drowning. The Logia teaches you power faster than any other fruit, but it teaches you fear on a longer delay, and when the lesson arrives, it arrives all at once. The specific terror of a god discovering they were mortal the whole time, just in a different ocean than they expected. You stand at the railing of your ship and look at the water. It looks back. Somewhere in this world, the fruit you ate was eaten once before by someone else. Someone who also stood on a dock, or sat in a burning ship, or found it washed up on a shore after a storm. Someone who also made the trade, this power for that sea. Someone who also spent years learning the distance between what the fruit promised and what the fruit actually gave. When you die, the fruit will reappear somewhere else. A new shape, the same spiral, the same impossible weight in someone else's hand. The fruit does not mourn you. It never needed you specifically. It just needed someone willing to bite. You were willing. That was always the whole story.